What is up, guys? Amaya here with Learn Mobile Paint and Body. Today's video is going to be about networking with trucking companies as a mobile painter. All right, guys. So in this video, I'm going to show y'all how to basically get work from trucking companies. These are the trucks that carry basically cars across state, from city to city, and how you can get work from these types of companies as a mobile painter. Here in Houston, there's a big market for cars. So there's big car auctions and a gazillion car dealerships. We have quite a few CarMax dealerships in town, and their logistics, they bring cars in from other states, and so there's a whole market there. Cars that might get bought or traded in for cheap up north, and they're worth more down south. I know Texas is more of a truck state. I think we are one of the states that actually, I guess, buys or sells more trucks across the nation. I think that's a report I read somewhere, like in a Group 1 Automotive or something like that. I try to keep up with all this, but over the years, my company would get calls from trucking companies, and the way they would find us is they would go online and search in Houston, Texas, for companies like mine, basically. So they might go to like Google, and they'll probably type in mobile painter Houston, Texas, or mobile bumper repair Houston, Texas. Well, mobile painting could be house. Let's do that. Mobile. Okay, there goes mobile auto body repair Houston, Texas. Okay, there goes HPG. Bam. That's a maps listing. There goes a video. Mobile paint and body repair by Houston Paint Guy. And then you have auto body shop Houston Paint Guy collision repair. So that definitely helps us out, guys, to be listed online, to be able to be found by these trucking companies. Because the guy who's driving the truck, what happens, they park the cars too close. And so like you have like one car, I mean, you look at these cars and they're literally like packed back to back. So let me show y'all real quick. Where's it at? Finder. Sorry guys, bear with me here. I'm gonna show y'all. Oh, I guess not. Well, okay. Well, here's what I'm trying to say. When they park those cars so close together, sometimes when they lift and move the cars, they're going to rub. And so sometimes these bumpers are like back to back, and the little bolts that hold the license plate on to the bumper rub against the bumper. And what it does is it leaves these big old lines on the bumper themselves, and you have a messed up bumper. It could be a used car. It could be a brand new car. Most of the time, it's a used car. I mean, CarMax brings a lot of cars in from California, Florida, all that. So when they would call me, I would like ask them questions. How'd you hear about us? Oh, I went on the internet and looked up such and such word. You always want to know how they find you, because once you find out how a majority of them are finding you, It's going to help you kind of position yourself and do your SEO, your search engine optimization, and advertise to those trucking companies. Now, another thing you want to keep in mind too is if you're driving on a freeway and you see an 18 wheeler with a bunch of cars, just look at the truck's name, the truck's logo that's on the driver door, and make a note. Take a picture, right? And I'll explain why later here in a bit. And they're all around town, guys. You get on any freeway during any time of the day, you're going to see an 18 wheeler hauling some cars. And you want to make a note. And this is the reason why. When you put your marketing material together, it can just be a simple email. Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm with so-and-so Mobile Paint and Body Repair here in whatever city, USA. We offer mobile bumper repairs and we do same day service, yada, yada, yada. And you type up this email to kind of draw them in. You don't give them pricing. You want them to be curious about what your pricing is. Okay. You send that email out. Now, you have to do your research. There's a little bit of legwork here. You want to look up the companies that you wrote down or the pictures you took off the side of the truck. And you have to find the contact email for that company. Once you have that email, you can send each company an email. And I would do it at least once a month, guys. And what that does is it helps that trucking company become familiar with your name. So when it does happen and you say, they get a car that's messed up, they drive through a tree and a branch hits the top of the car, messes up the roof or the A-pillar or the trunk or a bumper's messed up, guess what? They're going to remember you. So the person that's in charge, now you want to send that email to corporate. So if the corporate office is in California, that's who you want to send it to. You don't want to send it to a branch office or anything like that. You send it to whoever's in charge, because then they can disperse that email to all their branches and put you in their contact list. And so it happens, guys. I remember one time I think it was 2 cars. And this was actually a trucking company that transported vehicles for military personnel from one state down to their home state. So like say if they were, stationed out of state for training or for whatever purposes, or they were based out of New York, but their home state was Texas, they might have their vehicle in New York, and then they would transport all those vehicles from the military personnel down to Texas and drop them off at their residences or whatever. And we got called because 2 of those cars got damaged and we fixed them. The alternative would have been just go through the insurance and they get tagged for it. Their premium goes up, and who wants to pay more money for a simple hit that can get fixed in one day. So put your name out there, guys. Do your research. Don't try to look for local trucking companies that are based out of Houston, because these trucking companies are going outwards, right? Or they might be coming back inwards. But what I've noticed a lot of the times is it's always going to be an out-of-state trucking company that's bringing the cars in. And that's who you want to call. Those companies that are consistently driving on the roads in your city. And that's how you find out. So I want to show y'all just real quick. Man, my desktop is kind of funky. Oh, that's where it's at. Okay, I was looking at the Finder. Sorry guys, I need to fix this. So I'm gonna show y'all real quick something that could possibly help y'all. Okay, so like let's say you want to contact some vehicle. You want to use search terms vehicle transport um, companies in California. All right. You could just go off of the map results. These are a bunch of ads, okay? But here you go. Global Auto Transportation, A1 Auto Transport, Coastal Car Transport. And what you can do is you can just call them straight up and ask to talk to somebody there that could, help you either get an email, or you could fax them something, fax them a letter so that they have something tangible to hold and look at and read. You don't want to try to sell them over the phone. That's not the purpose of calling them. The purpose of calling them is to get the correct email address of the person in charge who can take your information and give it to somebody who is going to make that decision. So you could do California, you can do Florida, New York, and that'll help you. So another thing too is if you want to look closely at the car sales, I have a few Google alerts set up to kind of tell me if, car sales are going up, car sales are going down. It's just, it helps me kind of know where the market might be going. And I compare it to last year's. But if more cars are being sold, guys, more than likely you're going to have more transportation of these vehicles. More dealerships in your area are going to be selling cars. So it's going to get busy. So I already kind of know what the market's going to be like here in Houston, Texas. Now, there is situations that happen, just, stuff from like Harvey. When Harvey hit Houston, I mean, it was just like you could not buy cars. It was just like everything was just at a standstill. People were buying left and right. They were afraid to buy cars because they didn't know if it was a flood car. And, the dealerships that were buying cars, they were buying non-flood cars as fast as they could to fill up their inventory, to have for when these insurance checks started coming in a month or two later. And so it was pandemonium. I mean, it was crazy, guys. But this is an alternative. This is how you could network with trucking companies as a mobile painter and just put your name out there and get work. Now, you might not hear anything for weeks or even months, but I can guarantee you that if you once a month send that same contact an email with your logo, your letterhead, your name, an email kind of just telling them what you do, then more than likely, guys, they are going to call you when they need you. So hope this helps, guys. If y'all have any questions, feel free to comment below, and stay tuned for next video and stay posted. Peace.